what I did wrong. Alright, moving on. We're gonna move on. My camera stopped working and I don't understand why. So I'm just gonna move on, finish up my painting. Hopefully it will keep recording and everything's working right. I'm gonna have to look up on YouTube what happened. So it's been a couple minutes. You can see where this is dried already, how soft it looks. I'm gonna want to crisp that up a bit. It's also telling me I don't want to thin the pencil down quite as much as I have. Which means this can go a little faster. We can just gently glaze about, right? Like that. There we go. Which means I can keep a lot of the line work in there that we have going on. And the brush is not very wet at all. I'm kind of moving right along from one area to the next. Pretty quickly, quicker than I thought I was going to. This is still going to be a pretty long video, I think, just because of how, maybe not, time-consuming this feels like it should be, I guess. Is the way I want to say that. There we go. Okay. Come back to the middle here and activate this, pull it out, and around the edges, like so. I think I was talking about colored pencil pieces that I want to do in the future. Pretty sure that's what I was talking about when the camera failed me. Got a little too dry. What I'm doing is dipping into the clean water and practically completely drying it on the brush. I'm just going to connect those. Go ahead and connect these as well then. I'm sorry, I know I'm out of frame for this little bit. I bought the watercolor pencils a while ago. It's been a hot minute. And just haven't really gotten back to them. I love colored pencils. I absolutely love working with colored pencils. I think they're great. I love the control. They are slow going though. If you are thinking about getting into colored pencils or they interest you, I bought a set of inexpensive Castle Arts colored pencils, and for my very first set to buy for me as an artist. I didn't want to get an expensive set and not like colored pencil, which is why I went with Castle Arts. And I love them. But they are very slow medium. Like they take time and patience, and if you don't like getting lost in details or layering or that, I don't recommend getting into something that is such a slow medium for creativity. Kind of glazing around the edges is what I'm trying to do. Make a little like crystal haze around the actual snowflake. Does that make sense? Hopefully. But yes, snowflakes. I love colored pencils. They're a really fun medium. So I thought, well, if I love colored pencils, maybe I'll really like the diversity, which is what I was thinking when I bought them, of watercolor pencils. So I went and picked up a set. Well, I didn't go. I ordered mine on Amazon. A set of the Castle Arts watercolor pencils to play with as well. And I just never got back to them with moving, well, life, and then moving, and then just not getting back to them. Just sometimes you do that. You buy an art supply and it takes you a while to visit it, which is why I tend to make a plan for the month of different mediums that I want to use. When it's a non-holiday season, I will make a plan for upcoming videos, and that's why I chose to do like a watercolor Wednesday. Then I strictly work with watercolors on those days, and then outside of that, I can mix media Monday. I can use any medium I want on any surface and just play. And then this is my thought on the whole thing. And then Fun Friday is it's just that I can switch up and do oil pastels or oil painting or acrylic or whatever, you know, or mixed media, which is my favorite, honestly. I love watercolor, love it. It's what got me back into art and painting. But I don't want to get stuck in this weird space in my brain where you can only use one medium because your channel is a watercolor channel. And that's not true. My channel is an art channel and an entertainment channel. That's how I have to think about it. Otherwise, I'll limit myself. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to pigeonhole myself with the expectation of other people's expectations and not create what I want to create, how I want to create, because I don't think that's healthy. And it's not what I want to do. So yeah. So there's that bit of information for you. I'm just gonna kind of fudge this out a bit like that. There we go. See that? I think that helps make it feel like a snowflake. Dip it in the water, dab it on the towel, and come back in. I did go see if you didn't watch the vlogs, if you're not into those, which is totally fine. I don't expect you to watch everything on the channel. I don't expect anybody to watch anything on the channel, honestly. But if you're here for entertainment, I went and saw the Red One movie, and it was super fun. It is not for kids. It's not, if you monitor like your kids, what they watch. My daughter monitors her kids' stuff pretty closely. Both my daughters do, which you should. But at any rate, I don't view it as a kid movie at all. It's not a it's a Christmas movie, but it's not a kid Christmas movie. It's more for adults, and I think they did a really good job with the folklore and the telling of a different kind of Christmas Santa Claus story. It was fun. It was fun, action, adventure, kind of silly movie. I really liked it. There were lessons in there too, of course, you know. Forgiveness was the message, and learning, and just a few other lessons in there. I'd have to really stop and think about it to get into all that. But I really, really enjoyed the movie. It was fun. It was a good time. Definitely don't want to go to the theater here in town very often. It's not a very nice theater. I need to go into Marysville or to the Arlington, or the Burlington Mall to see a movie. Just because they're nicer, you know, they're newer, they're more updated. It's not bad here. It's not bad at all. I'm a bit of a movie theater snob at this point. I like the reclining chairs. I like that you can get served at your chair. That's a nice little feature of movie theaters these days. Not all of them, but some of them. that you can order your snacks and just have them delivered to your seat when, like, within the first 10 minutes while all the previews are showing. And that's another thing. Like, felt like there was a half an hour of previews before the movie. Like, it was a lot. I kept thinking, okay, now is the movie playing? Okay, now? What about now? Oh. And I got to the point where I was getting frustrated. Like, what's happened? But there's that instant gratification at the same time, right? Where I'm used to being able to rent a movie here at home and watch it immediately. I can skip over all the preview stuff. It's not BS, it's marketing. They're supposed to do that so that we, can get a taste of the other movies, but dang. Just wow. Oops, that's way too much water. There we go. I dragged my arm around in it. So. This is pretty permanent. It doesn't like to erase with the kneaded eraser, so I doubt this is going to pick up. Just a little bit. Pull that up like that. Make it a little messy glow. There we go. Oops, I missed this one. So do you guys want to see me? You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? No, you have no idea what I'm going to do. I haven't told you yet. I need to go around the outside of this guy. Give it its glow, which I forgot to do. Because I was talking. I get very distracted by the talking sometimes when I'm creating, especially something new and different that I've never done before. And I've never done this before. So here you are, witnessing me working with watercolor pencils. But look at that compared to this. That's fun. This is cool, that graphic feeling, but this is very nice too. I like both. So I like both. Which is my problem, which is why I have so many art supplies. I get a new art supply. I'm like, ooh, I like that. And then I get another art supply. I'm like, ooh, I like that too. Let's go around the end, do all those guys, get this guy in. I keep dragging my arm through the watercolor pencil, and I don't really want it to look like that. Go around the outside edge here. I'll leave this center one undone. Just leave it there. Too much water. There we go. Anybody else digging how this is looking so far? Kind of super digging it. Pull that down like that. Go around the outside edge. Oops, and there we go. Okay. I'll just go back up here so I'm not dragging my hand through this, because I did it there again too. Finish up these guys. I hope this is entertaining enough for you guys. Sometimes watching people paint for a long time can get a little boring, but I tend to be pretty chatty. I've been told recently that I'm too chatty, which kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, but what are you gonna do? Not a lot, that's what. Not a lot. I just decided in my head not to go around that person too much, because I apparently talk too much for them. There we go. Get that out there. I am on book 10 of the Zombie Fallout series, which I'm re-listening to as I work. it's just one of those series. It's like going back to Friends or Big Bang Theory. It's like visiting friends that you really like, reintroducing them into your life. I have favorite characters for sure within the series, but there's additional books out, and I needed to refamiliarize myself with some of the story because I fell away from the series for a while, which you do, and especially long series. And I like to read, so I read other things, other genres and whatnot. And then I did fall away from reading altogether, as much as I like to, while living with my daughter and staying at Kate's. So, I'm gonna get back into my books. I'm excited about that. I'll soften that a little bit. So, really enjoying getting back into the series because there's book 22, 23, 24, and I think 25 is on its way. And I wanted to refamiliarize myself with this story before I got into that, like got it back into all that. There we go. Oh, nuts in a basket. If I wet that, can I pick it up? I need a tissue. I've discovered tissue or paper towel picks up better as well. It's, I guess more absorbent than a cloth. It's a little better. It's fine. I'll leave it be. See that there? Not a fan. That's all right. Something to note about watercolor pencil and moving through a piece, right? Noting how, especially something like this, so geometric and trying to work from one side to another. So enjoying that. I have a book called Stealing Snow. I was just looking at the bookshelf because I keep looking at it and I want to read it. But I have to get through, see, I keep doing this to myself too. I can't read that book until I get through this series that I started. I started the Throne of Glass series, that really popular series that was out last year. Well, beginning of this year, whatever, whenever it came out. The whole series is out. And there's additional books. There's a Court of Thorn and Roses is over there on the shelf, and A Court of Mist and Fury, and then the other two books from the next series in the line after that series. And I'm just like, all right, I like the series, but it's not something that I would have picked for myself at this point in my reading life. Not because I don't like it, I do. It's a good story. It's just it's taken so long to get to everything. I mean, geez. I have other books I want to read. Can we get through this story, for God's sake? And then I had to pause in reading the story because I moved, and there just wasn't reading time at Kate's. There wasn't enough alone time at Kate's to just sit and enjoy your book. It just wasn't a reality. So I'm going to spin this. That way it keeps this in frame while I'm working on it. And then we'll zoom out and I'll show you this half compared to this half and the things and the stuff and the whatnot. I'm kind of enjoying Vlogmas. I don't really have a terribly exciting life. Like, I don't do a lot of like shopping at Christmas, and I don't go out and about a lot. I tend to be quite the houseplant. Always have been my whole life. I would prefer to be home with my art supplies and my books than out and about. That's just me. I mean, it's others as well, but for me in my life, that's just how I like it. That's how I like it. How did I do this one up there? Yeah, I kind of muddied everything up into everything else. Okay, we'll do that. So I tend to stay home a lot, so I'm kind of nervous that Vlogmas is going to get boring. We're opening advent calendars. I got the Grabby Art Advent Calendar, which I'm really enjoying. I didn't think I would, but I am. I kept these ones separate. Okay. Too much water. Just dab from there. I tend to be water heavy when I'm doing an art piece anyways, so it's not a big surprise, right? I'm working on it. Fuzz out those edges. There we go. And over here. I put in all these dots here and I didn't like it, so I didn't do it elsewhere. So there is that, if anybody notices. I mean, you probably wouldn't have if I hadn't pointed it out. Because there's a lot going on in this piece, but yeah. There. So I have the advent calendars going on. I got the sticky advent calendars and I got the Grabby advent calendar. And I'm surprisingly really liking the Grabby advent calendar. We're getting some decent stuff in that box. I'm a little fussy about my art supplies, so yeah, I just don't want kids stuff because it doesn't perform the way I want it to. So I'm actually really, really pleased with the Grabby advent calendar. It wasn't like out of my price range. I think I paid $70 or $100, something like that. I'd have to look it up for it, and it has a decent amount of supplies that I'm enjoying. Like I haven't gotten anything yet that made me go, oh, well that's lame, which is great. I'm having fun with it for sure. And I'm creating, I'm going ahead and using the art supplies as they arrive and doing little art pieces as well, because it came with a little mini coloring book, and it came with an actual watercolor, a teensy mini watercolor book with watercolor paper in it. And I just think that's so much fun. So I'm going ahead and doing a little coloring in and a little drawing of some sort. This last vlog is a little long because I got carried away with art stuff, which isn't a bad thing. I just got a little carried away is all. Not a big deal. I was talking too, and when I talk to you guys and art, I get a little, I let the time get away from me a little bit. So sometimes I will go ahead and time-lapse a video just skip the whole conversation because it's so long. I should start putting the blabby ones up on my Patreon for you guys. And if you want the long blabby one, you can go subscribe to the $5 tier on my Patreon page and get all the videos. Get all the videos and tutorials and drawing sessions and whatnot. I'm gonna get back into doing that. I fell away with all the different weird living conditions. So Barbara, thank you for sticking with as much as you have. It's amazing that you're here. And anybody else that joins, thank you so much. I am, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the channel. and all the extra content. I have to get next month's tutorial up and this month's tutorial up. I might not get to this month's, we'll see. We shall see. Hopefully, maybe I'll take one of these and turn it into a tutorial and then just time lapse it on the YouTube. Oh, I was gonna leave this one unfinished. Whoopsie. Whoops, see what happens when you get talking? Thinking out loud. I'm already in it. I might as well just finish this a little bit up. Okay. There we go. That's the half done. Let's zoom out. Oh, that looks neat. Isn't that cool? Alright, I'm digging it. I am really digging it. Sweet. I really didn't think I would. I got all done drawing and I was like, man, that's a really kind of intense drawing to start the video with. But then you get in here and start doing all this stuff, all this business. And it kind of makes sense, right? Go around the edges. I'll come in here and move that around. Yeah, this is fun. For me, this is super fun for me. I like details. I like to get into the details and then just stop my brain and put on a book or listen to a show or music. Usually I'm listening to a book or music when I'm arting. I don't really turn the TV on unless I have like Friends on in the background or something I've watched a million times, Sex and the City or something like that. Can't do it with a movie on because I tend to watch it, or a new show because I tend to just I'll pause and be watching TV for the longest time. And I'll look down and be like, oh yeah, I was drawing. Whoops. Around the outside edge. Make it all frosty and out of focus. And then get in the middle and drag that up. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this. Kind of digging it a lot. There we go. Just connect those. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Trying to keep it else. I was trying to keep it in focus. Let's zoom back in. There we go. Almost done. This is actually going pretty quick. To my mind. I see it here, I put in extra dots, didn't like them. I'm disregarding that they exist and just working, I'm ignoring it. I made that decision when I put them in because the colored pencil does not, or the watercolor pencil does not like to erase. The pigment is very intense and once it's in the watercolor paper, it's in there, obviously. Oops. I did try to erase it and see, it's very staining. Maybe it's the color I chose. The Prussian is very staining. Alright, hopefully it continues to record. Hopefully. Oh, you know what? The lighting problem is that. So annoying. At any rate. Couldn't figure out why it felt so dark over here because I didn't have the big light on. My big art light. Ridiculous. Alright. Let's get in here and that's too wet. It's not what I'm looking for. I want like a super inky consistency of paint to come in and get a quickly darken up some edges and like that. Not too much though. It was supposed to be crystally, right? So that one's too full. There we go. Like that. Oh yeah, that made it a little more vibrant. I dig that. And then maybe these just come like that. Just a little wisp of, like, make it intense at the tip. And then just sweep it in like that. Yeah, like that. Okay. Because you don't want to fill it all the way in, because then it won't look right. And then just a little bit of dry brush at the tips of these. Try to be quick about it instead of slow like I was there. Really put in some pure color straight out of the pan with very little water. Yeah, that makes it pop, 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 pop. And then here, just get that crystally dry brush effect going on. And there. Sweep these just a bit. Just a bit. Like that. Get in here and dry brush this. And this. Just a touch more wetness. There we go. Alright, I'm digging that. I'll scoot this way so you can see what I'm doing. Now this is going to come dark. Touch of water from here in. So not all the way. Just the edge of the paper. A suggestion, right? And then here we'll darken that end. And this end going this way. Into here. Yeah, like that. Okay. Yeah, like that. Okay. And then just a little bit on these guys. That's the thing with a design like this. Going in with another layer, not missing anything. Like not missing any of the little dots. Not getting carried away and filling them all the way in. So you can just do a little swirl, just a little swoosh on them. To give each dot a little bit of a kick, right? This guy is falling off the edge, so it's going to be pretty intense. Bit right there. What'd I miss? Here. Get a little more paint. I'll rest my pinky there to give myself a little stability. Kind of do that a lot without thinking about it. We'll find a spot to rest my pinky on the page so that I can, just so I'm not resting my arm, which I have forgotten and done that. Messed up my whole thing. And I'm gonna go back over here, finish this bit. Right off the page. Not quite enough water. There we go. There we go. Fun, fun, fun. I have been looking for a new series to watch so that I don't keep just going back to the old shows that I love. Although I do love them, so there's no reason not to, but, you know, just for something different. Barely touching the water when I go in there. So if anybody knows of a good series, I like comedy, I like sci-fi, that's coming out or that's been out that I could get into, that'd be fun. I think I want to do a little sweeping out from here with the dry brush. Just get like scrapey textures going on. My daughter asked me that the other day. Her son, Joey, my grandson, obviously, keeps telling her that he's making textures in his painting, and she doesn't know what that means, and what is he talking about? And I'm like, textures, like it's mark making. It's a different way of making marks to create the visual feeling of texture. And she's still looking at me like I've lost my mind. And I had to show her what it meant. So, yeah. I thought that was funny and something to note. And that Joey's painting and doing that and using the artistic language and with his creative process is so fun. So fun. Okay, let's give it another spin. Look how vibrant. I'm going to zoom out so that you can see the vibrancy on this side in this area as opposed to here. Yeah, I'm digging the vibrancy. That's cool. Hopefully you guys are digging it too, and this video is not 10 years long. There we go. Alright. I am trying to go fast too, where I would not normally. I would normally go really slow and nitpick. Maybe that's a good thing though with this piece, that I am feeling a little bit of urgency to not nitpick and not overthink. Do a lot of that too. Overthinking, that is. When I'm creating especially. Get this guy in. Like that. And I did hear my phone go off. I just tend to ignore it a lot. My kids know that if it's an emergency, they have to call. You call me for an emergency. You don't message me. That's not how this works. And sometimes they message me information, and I'm like, that's a phone call information. They don't feel like it is, but I do, and I'm like, that's a phone call. That's an actual conversation with voices and inflection, and you know. I'm not a big texter anyways. I don't really like texting. Bugs me. I'd rather hear your voice and have an actual conversation. And if I don't feel like talking on the phone, I just won't answer. That is an option. Those of you who have had a phone in your pocket your whole life don't remember the days when you had to go home to talk on the phone. Yeah, you used your phone in your home. It was a fixture on the wall. It wasn't something you carried around with you. And if you wanted to call, you called. There was no texting, can I call you? I don't know, can you? Do you have that ability? Just pick up the phone. If I don't want to talk, I won't pick up. It's that simple. Or if I'm busy, I'll message you that I'm busy and can I call you later or tomorrow or whatever. And then people get mad at you for that. I'm like, can't win, man. Can't win. You didn't call me back. I forgot. I'm allowed to forget to do that. Because, you know, life's happening. Or I didn't want to. There's that too. There are some days I just don't want to socialize. Right? We all have those days. This has turned out pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. A little time consuming, but pretty happy with it. This way. Yes? Yeah. Trying to remember what end I made dark. That's a little too wet. That's a little too wet. We're going to dry that off a little bit. And what end I did not make dark. There. Let's see. Here, 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 here. And that's what I'm thinking when I'm doing stuff like this. Oh, we gotta do this here, and there, and a little bit like that. It's not deep thoughts going on usually. It's just no thoughts at all, and lots of, oh, this looks nice there, and I shouldn't have done that. Whoa, sorry. Make this pretty vibrant on its tip here. Coming into the middle and then down. Oh, I'm not even in frame, sorry. I forgot to turn. I forgot to spin it. Working away over here. I forgot to spin it around. And once again lost in the inertia of it all. Get these super vibrant brush strokes in. That's too dry. That's a little better. And that train is just loud tonight. Must be really clear out. We've had some super foggy weather the last several days. Like ridiculously, you can't see down the road. You can barely see the car coming down the road at you. Kind of ridiculous. We get that pretty regularly. I just forgot about it because I haven't lived here in so long. Last year it got foggy on a couple of days, but not much that I remember. There we go. I've been thinking about reading, it just popped in my head, the Witcher series too, because I like the show a lot. And I know it's a comic book, but there's also novels now that I'm thinking about picking up and reading. Anybody else read the books? How are they? What do you think? Go ahead and make this dark as well. It's way too dry. There we go. There we go. Because I really like the show. And they're changing, like, Henry Cavill, I think is his last name, isn't going to be the Witcher anymore. And I don't like it when they do that, like, a lot. When they, I mean, I get the why. I just don't like it. I don't like it. He was such a good Witcher. So I don't know if I'm going to like the show anymore. We'll see. It gives, a different actor gives the entire show for me, and for many others, I would assume, a whole new feel, right? It feels different. Like when they switch, I've been thinking about this one a lot too, because I just saw preview for one of the Mummy movies on Max or something. I don't remember what channel it was on. Because I like the Mummy movies a lot with Brendan Fraser. But that last movie, I think it was the last one, they switched Evie out. the actress, and it completely did not feel right at all. Not even a little bit. She was good. She was good at the part. She had a different vibe, and it threw the whole character for me. Wasn't as cute and quirky. She was more rough and tumble, and yeah, it changed the whole feel of the whole story for me. And I liked the chemistry with the other two, with Brendan and I forgot the other actress's name. The original Evie actress. Maybe like, well, maybe not as harsh, but maybe like changing out actresses in Game of Thrones for any of the characters, really. It threw me when in the other dragon show. I'm not going to remember the name of it off the top of my head. The Targaryen story line, when they've jumped time within a few episodes, and which is fine, but they changed the actress completely for the main character, which the other actress is very good, but it really threw me. I was like, what did I miss? Did I miss something? Did I miss episodes? What is happening? Because with Thrones, I mean, it was the same actors and actresses through the whole thing. Like, what are they doing? What's happening right now? This one, yeah, dark down here. So, when that happened, it really threw me, and I wasn't sure if I was going to go on with the show. It's very good. It's well worth getting through that little thing. The change of actors. Actresses, actress, you know what I mean. Don't want to offend anybody. Alright, let's spin again. Because we're on this corner now. No, I did not. And you can tell because it's actually a different color altogether. The bright color is much more vibrant. And this is more of an indigo feeling, the Prussian, for me, now that it's dried down. Where am I going? I'm gonna just... I lost track. I think here. Doing a little bit of that right there. Does anybody feel the same about actors and actresses when they change them out in a show or movie? I know you do. I know you're out there. Fellow fans? Is that what that is? There we go. Okay. It's too wet. There we go. Whew. I know this is messy, but it still looks cool. I mean, it's a pretty intricate design for me. Okay. Oh, wait, we're almost done, you guys. We're almost there. Pretty close, actually. Way too dry. So I need to get back into the Throne of Glass series so that I can get that done and move on from it. It's been kind of wiggling around in the back. I get in my Kindle because I got the first set on my Kindle. It was much cheaper than buying the books, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to reread this series. I don't know if I want to buy the series if I'm not going to reread it, because I do that as well. I reread my series, especially if it's a storyline that I like, or re-listen, as I do with the Zombie Fallout series. all the different series with the Michael Talbot character. I like all the different timeline stories, the different variations of his character from timeline to timeline is a lot of fun. The thought that to have all that information in your brain as an artist as well is crazy. Unless the author thought about it as he went, which is possible as well. Did I miss? What did I miss? I didn't miss those. They're just not as vibrant as I want them to be. Good. Okay. Spin again. We're almost done. So excited. Like that. I got that. Out from there and in from here. Touch water. Give that a spin. And part of the reason why I like working on 300-pound watercolor paper is because A, I don't have to tape it down. You can, but it's probably not going to bow on you unless you work really, really wet. It's just not going to do that for you. But I do like how it holds the pigment and how nice it is to work on the surface of this particular brand especially is really nice. And there is a difference between working on the different brands' surfaces. Arches is the best, hands down, but it is way too expensive for me to buy on the regular. So I do hold the Arches watercolor paper that I have as precious. I tend to do serious pieces on that paper. Like, I want it to be a serious finished piece. Sometimes I'll cut up a paper, one of the big sheets, into small papers and just go for broke and not be precious with it. But for the most part, when I buy a big batch of Arches watercolor paper, it's to it's purposefully to use for large pieces first. I like to work big. And a more serious, intentional, finished piece, if that makes sense. If you heard that, the neighbors walking around outside in the hallway. I lost track of where I was going. Oh, right here. There, I didn't get this one either. Get a little touch more water. There we go. This is fun. Super relaxing. It's meditative to do something like this in this style. It's a good exercise for control, and if you're using multiple colors, color mixing, that would be fun to pick a couple different colors. I usually do that with like turtles, the shells of turtles, or if I'm doing a more impressionistic piece, let the colors mix on the surface of the paper. That's another thing with this paper, this particular one. The color mixing on it's really nice. But I do like Arches. It's nice as well. It's just really pricey. I got mine on sale at Michael's. There was a buy one, get one half off. So I paid full price for one set and then got the other set for half off, and that's a pretty big deal with Arches watercolor paper. It's also where I got my Strathmore watercolor paper. Sometimes I'll go to Dick's, not go there, but order online from Dick's or Jerry's or Cheap Joe's just because it's more convenient to have it delivered to your house. But I've had several packages delivered here to the apartment, and the U.S. Post Office can't deliver packages here. You have to go pick them up at the post office if they're oversized. I think it's because it's a secure building. And they can't leave it outside, I guess. I don't know. All right, did I miss anything? Let's take a gander. I don't think so. I feel like it needs, I'm gonna pop it out so you can see the whole piece again. There we go. Very cool, right? I did not think it was gonna turn out this nice. I do feel like I want to add a touch of shine to it. So I got in my art box, my grabby art box actually, these two acrylic markers today. Came in the grabby art box. Ooh, my stool doesn't want to slide. There we go. Should we use one of these? The silver or the gold? I think the gold will stand out more, but the silver would look nicer with the blue. What do we think? I think I'm gonna go with the silver because I would like that better. I don't know how it's gonna show up on camera though. We'll see. I'll come in. It's a very chubby end too. And just put a little silver shine on everything. And that's the neighbor in the hallway again. If you heard that, you guys might not hear it. I can hear it though. Maybe do a drag it out like that. Quick, like a quick line, not like that. Maybe fill in the diamond a bit. Do a little edge. Like that. How do I want to do that there? I don't know. We're doing it. We're just doing it. Running on instinct here. Make the little diamonds actually fill in. Can you tell? I'm going to zoom in so you can tell what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see all that. It's just a swoop here. Light pressure. Swoop with light pressure to get that thinner line. Sweep it up. Like that. Very quick. Little to no thinking happening here. Whoops. That. Okay. There. That it keeps turning off is really making me feel very frustrated. Can you see the silver? You guys probably can't see it very. There it is. Super light detail that mostly is visible to me. Like that. There. Shoom. There. Boop, 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 boop. Swoosh. Boom. Flap. Bam. Suddenly we're in a comic book. Oh no. Give it a spin. I'm sure some of you out there are thinking this is ruining it, but I'm really having a lot of fun. Like a lot of fun. Color this one in. Shoom. A little bit there, there, there. one in. Shoo. Ooh, I didn't do that one. I'm just gonna come in like that. Like that. There we go. Color in this guy. There. And then all the way out. And out. Out. In. Color this in. There, 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 there. Okay. A little bit there, touch there, and sweeps out. A little bit there, there. Okay. And then sweeps out. There, there, there. Diamond right there, sweeping in. This one out. Okay. Another spin. Mostly so that it's on the other side because the light's reflecting, and it's easier for me to make these marks if it's on this side of the table, because I like to sweep out away from myself. It's easier than in. And down. There, 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 there. A little bit there, a little bit there. Here, here. There, there. Sweep, sweep. There we go, a little bit there, 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 there. You get it, right? Anybody else do that in their head when they're going through a repetitive design element situation? Whoops. Sweep that down. I missed this one. Go around the loop. I missed this guy. Go around the loop. Got all those. Okay, what did I miss? These. This guy. A little sweep at the end there at this point to make it look purposeful in the connection where it connects to that other sweeping line right there. Okay, that's all those. I'll be more dramatic with the gold, but I really like the silver. Here, there, there. Get this guy in. Sweeping down. Not quite that far in. There, and sweeping down. Here, here, here. Is that it? I think that might be it. Hold on. I gotta go around. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Because someone will catch it, right? Someone's gonna catch it. I did something wrong. I think I got them all. Pretty sure. At any rate. Pretty sure I'm done with this. Because, you know, you could get super carried away with all of this mark making. like extending the design off the page and all the areas. Like that. And you could get like super duper crazy with the meditative mark making situation there. There. The tip of each one of these. That makes sense. To me. It probably doesn't to everybody, but I'm taking it, so I'm doing it. Trying to remember not to run my hand across the page and fudge it all up. Kind of busy playing with my toys. What do you want? Anybody else talk to their phone when they're trying to do stuff and just not pick it up? There. Okay. There. Boop, boop. At the tip of each V all the way around. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Yes? Boop, boop, boop. Got those guys. Got you. Missed you guys. All of you. Got you. Okay. I think I'm done. Like I said, you can get super carried away with the mark making. But yeah. Alright. Zoom out. There's the finished piece. Took extra long. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I did. I had a good time. Thank you for keeping me company. If you stuck around through the whole thing, if you didn't, that's fine too. But there's the close-up of all the sparkly stuff and whatnot and the design. I really dig it. I might do another one of these. Maybe not on camera, but just for myself. And incorporate some colored pencil. I think that would be fun. Yeah. What do you think? There's my snowflake. La 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 la. I like the star in the middle, the white. I think that looks cool. Yeah. Alright, well that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm glad you stuck around. If you did, if you didn't, that's fine too. I mean, I'm not gonna know. I don't do the algorithm thing. I just play. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!